So I'm gonna tell y'all what's been going on lately, as of late. Well, I've been working for a while in Zephyr Hills, Florida. I work at the breakfast station, and lately it's just been more work, more effort, more emotions than the money is worth. I really wish I would have stayed in school, or stayed in college, like everybody else. Everybody else thinking the same thing as me, but I love cooking. I'm passionate about cooking. It's just all the BS that come with it. A lot of times you give your all to something and people sit from the outside and tell you how you're not good enough or something, and it just kills your dream after a while. I've been doing it for 12 years, and I feel like my skin color always gonna come before my work ethic. Like, people always gonna look at me like a black person that can cook instead of a cook that's black. Like, I know I'm skilled and I know I'm great, but the toxicity in the environment, I don't think I can do it anymore. I love the game. I love the hustle. Be feeling like Bird or Magic. And it's like, if I lead a game, is the fans still gonna love me? But look, so we got our employee review back, and on my review it said a whole bunch of bad stuff, basically. Like, I need this, I need that. Only thing they said was I'm on time and I'm clean. Like, they said I got sub performance and my performance ain't good. I don't work well with others. They said I was an instigator. So of course I didn't sign that. And like, if you know me, you know me. Just by having a conversation with me, if you got a small brain, honestly, you will have a mental breakdown. And I'm talking to the lady, and she legit has a mental breakdown while I'm discussing things with her. To me, it's just like, as an adult, you gotta evolve. You can't be the same person you were when you were born. Like, you gotta keep growing, and a lot of people are not emotionally developed at all. And it's honestly astonishing how ignorant people are. So, anyways, after she gets mad, I leave, I go home, end the conversation. Next day, I'm telling the managers, like, this is what it is. I'm not feeling it. I'm upset. I don't like the way I was treated or talked to. And they decide to do nothing. They say, okay, whatever. Next day, or no, a couple hours later, general manager comes in and says, you can go home. You got a bad attitude. Mind you, it's like 4 hours later by then. So I'm just irritated. Like, I'm literally working my ass off. We've been down a person the past 2 weeks, and I really be attempting to support the whole kitchen half the time. Like, it's a whole kitchen full of people that aren't that good at cooking, and a lot of times a lot of other people need help, and I tend to spend a lot of my energy helping other people. So of course, when I seen my review, I was upset. Like, this isn't right, and they wanted to stay 10 toes on it. So now I'm debating about even going back to work tomorrow. So I got sent home, didn't go in on Tuesday. His money being missed, and I'll be good on my bills for a couple months. But it's also like I am new here from another state, so I think I am gonna go back and put my 2 weeks in. I don't really know yet. I really want to lock in on this photography stuff, but yeah, that's what's going on with me. I mean, a lot of times, you might not have people to talk to, but yeah, I always got the camera to talk to, right? I always got y'all. So I'm gonna always keep it a stack and be honest, and I'm gonna try to start making more content and doing more videos, whatever. Hey, we gotta get active, right? We gotta get active. So leave a comment. Tell me what type of stuff you want to see, and we're gonna work on it. What should we call this podcast? I'll be naming all my podcasts. I'll be naming all my vlogs. I've been vlogging for a grip. Let's call this one the experiment. Episode 1. New beginning. Will I go back to work? I don't know. Yeah, that's just my life currently. So, I know y'all see the news. Trump got the whole world going crazy right now. Got the world going up on a Tuesday. Probably go live on YouTube a little later. So I guess I'll do the part 2 about how I got arrested for the first time. So to recap, I was out at a bar and the police arrested my ex and her sister and her brother, and they arrested me for recording them arrest them. So I'm sitting in the jail cell, I'm talking my shit. When I get to the DA, her door open, and the person ahead of me, some white boy, we're gonna do anything we can to help you. We're gonna try to make this case disappear, blah 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 blah. And the door's open, so I'm hearing all the juicy information. The boy had beat some other boy to a bloody pulp because the boy had spit on him, and she was willing to work with him because she said spit is a felony assault. So my turn comes up, and I'm like, oh, this pleasant lady, this is gonna be so much easier than I thought. Her tone immediately changes and her face drops, and she has no emotion. She says, we don't make deals with people like you. And I go and try to explain what's going on, and she's like, no, I know what's going on. I have all the paperwork right here, and even if you weren't in the wrong, you were in the wrong when you were arrested. I've never seen anyone act like that when they were arrested, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I wasn't arrested, I was abducted. I was falsely arrested. And she said it was only a false arrest if the police gave me, if they didn't give me a clear objective and he just walked up and pushed me, then it wasn't a false arrest. And you remember in the last video I said the police just walked up and pushed me. He didn't say anything. Then he said back up. So she said in the paperwork right here that she would not let me see, it said the police had asked me to back up. So further discussions with my parents led to me pleading guilty, even though the judge didn't want me to. I am almost like about to be on probation, basically, like have to drop and shit for some shit I didn't even do. So I just started going online, doing research, talking to people who done beat cases. Like, how you do that shit? They was like, talk to this person, and the person telling me, talk to this person, talk to this person. So I'm calling around, and then I find out you can get an hour free pro bono from any lawyer. So I'm calling every single lawyer. Before every court date, I'm calling every lawyer, and I'm representing myself. I had to fire my lawyer. My lawyer did not want me to, I had to recant my plea, and my lawyer did not want me to do that. He said, if you recant your plea, I was like, you seem biased. He said, if you recant your plea, then yes, I am biased. And I was like, I don't want you to represent me. And he still showed up, still went in court, and still tried to tell the judge I need to be put on probation because of how I acted when I was locked up. And she said, why are you even talking if he fired you? So, and there was another girl there, and she got on Facebook and was like, this man is being treated terribly by his lawyer. She witnessed the whole thing, and she told the judge. And it was just, it almost made me want to tear up and cry, but I didn't. And court case went on. I'm sitting outside the DA office for like 3 hours. Then I go in our office. I call a lawyer the whole time I'm sitting out there. So I'm on the phone with the lawyer for about an hour. I'm sitting out here, and he says, you do not have to wait out there. They can mail you the paperwork. You don't have to show up for any of those meetings. So that's what I told her. She's like, oh, what if it's an inconvenience to me? Like, this whole thing was an inconvenience to me. I was literally arrested for recording the police, not doing anything. So I think I scared her so bad that they put a whole new DA on the case. Had to start the case over. Got me a new public defender. And a couple weeks later, you know, I meet the public defender or whatever. He cool, he black. And his name is Brian Jackson. If you ever need a lawyer, look him up. But my uncle runs these community gatherings, and it's like packed full of people, and like the mayor was even there. So he's there, and I did all the pictures and the videos this whole year by myself. And it was like the first major project I ever did, and it was a heat advisory, and I did the whole thing. And it went good, went swimmingly, and I seen the lawyer there while I'm walking around with my camera and my Rode mic, my Gorilla Pod, my camera bag. I got paid $80, and I spent the money on a camera bag that I still have because there was no way I could do it without a camera bag. I didn't have any neck straps or nothing, and I just went around, did all the pictures, then I went around, did all the video, interviewed everyone, and edited the pictures in the same night. And it was one of the best projects I ever did, with the fastest turnaround, and like an hour-long video. It was like 20-minute video on a dual-core processor, HP, like with a 6500. I mean, it was a Canon 60D. So I did my thing. One of my proudest photography achievements, because like all the chips were stacked against me, and I did the whole thing in manual. But anyways, my bad, I digress. So I'm going around doing the videos, doing the pictures, and I see the guy who's representing me, and he's like, "Oh, you really do record. You really were record. Like you were really were recording the night." That's how he said it. So he gets a deeper understanding of me and who I am and what I represent. And he already knows, of course, who my uncle is and like my family ties. So we appear in court, and I'm nervous. I'm actually nervous because the jury of my peers is all Caucasian people. And I'm thinking I'm cooked. I should have just took the guilty thing. They trying to lock me up for like 2 years. And these people are staring at me like I'm a fucking criminal, and my face is red. Like I can feel it, even though I'm black. I can feel it behind my eyes, like burning. And I just had to sit there. There's nothing I could do. Let these people sit there and judge me. They don't know me. And the DA stands up and he says, "What do you think about..." No, it was the district attorney. I mean, my defense attorney stands up and he says, "What do you think about police brutality?" And everyone's face changed so violently. Like, they went from looking at me in disgust, and they looked at me like they knew what was going on. This is not too long after the George Floyd thing happened. So it was already on the table of discussion. Police brutality was already on the table of discussion. It was already in the back of people's minds. It was already an issue that had to be solved, let alone in these people own community. They look like maybe if they were there, they would have helped. And I just ain't never seen 15 white people's face all at once, that close together, all change at the same time and look at me. There's nothing else to look at. I'm the only part of the story, and you can still see the marks on my face. And that was it. After that, they threw the case out. But it's like, it's something that sticks with me, and it's something that defines me, and it's something that makes me angry. And sometimes I want to tell people about what's on my mind, and I tell them, and their reactions are like, they are off put. You could tell somebody a story about a good guy and a bad guy, and everything could be in place where the good guy is the good guy and the bad guy is the bad guy, but people are only going to judge a book by its cover. They don't care about, even if you read them the book, the cover of the book is going to define the story for the majority of people. And it's really sad to see. Like when I tell somebody my story or my issues or things that are vulnerable to me, and to see them immediately, the look of discomfort. Like, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to be here. I got to get out of here. And it's like, how can you say you care about me and you not mad about the same issues as me?